So, you're a software engineer, right? You probably think your whole job is about writing code. But what if writing words is just as important? Today, we're going to build your developer's writing toolkit. These are the skills that are going to make your code, your projects, and yeah, even your career way better.
Let's kick things off with this really powerful idea from Google. Every engineer is also a writer. And you know what? It's so true. Think about it. You can have the most amazing code in the world, but if it's poorly documented, it can totally fail. Brilliant ideas can just disappear without clear communication. Your ability to write well is what takes good code and turns it into a great product.
All right, so in this explainer, we're going to add 5 essential tools to your professional writing toolkit. Each one is designed to help you communicate your work more clearly and more effectively. So, let's get started.
Okay, let's jump right in. Tool number 1 is the active voice. And honestly, this is your secret weapon for making your writing direct, powerful, and pretty much impossible to misunderstand.
So what is it? Well, the formula is super simple. First, the actor, then the verb, then the target. The subject of your sentence, that's the actor, is right up front doing the thing. This simple structure just makes your writing feel way more logical and easy for people to read.
Let's look at a quick comparison. The passive voice says, the code was deployed by the engineer. It's kind of clunky, right? But the active voice says, the engineer deployed the code. See? It's shorter, it's clearer, and it just has more energy. You're making it totally obvious who did what.
Next up, tool number 2, minimalism. You know, your readers, your colleagues, your users, they're all busy people. So you've got to respect their time by getting straight to the point. When it comes to technical writing, less really is more. I mean, just look at the difference this makes. Instead of a huge block of text that people have to read through, a minimalist approach gives the user a clean, simple list of actions. It shifts the whole focus from here's everything you need to know to here's exactly what you need to do.
So, how do you actually do this? It's pretty straightforward, really. It just comes down to 3 simple rules. Write short sentences, use lists to break things up, and this one's a big one, use the same words your user would use.
And that brings us perfectly to our third tool, which is all about empathy. To pick the right words, you have to know who you're writing for. In fact, your audience is the single most important thing to think about whenever you're doing any technical writing.
Here's a really practical example. As a developer, you might talk about creating a document, but a regular user, they might just think of it as typing something. When you use their language, you build a bridge and make your instructions feel natural and easy to follow. But, and this is important, there's another side to this. When you're writing for other developers, using the correct technical terms is absolutely vital. It's not about showing off. It's about showing you know what you're talking about. It builds confidence and the trust you need to work together effectively. It really does all come back to knowing your audience.
Tool number 4 is a real game changer, and it's used by top companies like Google. It's the design doc. This is where writing isn't just about engineering. It becomes part of the engineering process itself, helping you plan everything out before you write a single line of code.
So what exactly is a design doc? It's really just a document where you outline your plan. The process is so simple. First, you write the plan. Then, you review it with your team. And only then do you start coding. It feels like a small thing, but trust me, it can save you from massive headaches later on.
And if you're wondering why this is so important, think about it like this. A design doc forces you to find problems on paper, not in your code. Finding a mistake in a document might take a few minutes to fix. Finding that same mistake after it's already been coded could take days. It's a huge time saver.
All right, our last tool for today is mastering API documentation. And this is really where everything we've talked about, the active voice, minimalism, knowing your audience, all of it comes together. This is the guide other developers will use to work with your code. Your API documentation is basically the instruction manual for your code. And it's not something you just tack on at the end. No way. It is a core part of your product. Other engineers depend on it completely, so it has to be crystal clear, accurate, and totally trustworthy.
So what makes for great API docs? Well, they've always got a few key ingredients. What endpoints are available, what methods you can use, what parameters you need to send, and what the response is going to look like. Oh, and never ever forget sample code. It's often the fastest way another dev can figure out how to use your stuff. And there you go, 5 tools that make up a really powerful writing toolkit. From the clarity of active voice to the smart planning of design docs, they all point to one single ultimate goal. If you remember just one thing from all this, make it this one. Always, always write for your user, not for yourself.
So, I want to leave you with one last thing to think about. We're seeing AI get better and better at writing code and even writing documentation. So what skills are going to matter the most in that future? Well, it won't be the robotic tasks. It's going to be those uniquely human skills we've just covered: clear thinking, empathy for your audience, and great communication. Those are going to be your most valuable assets.